Hi everybody. I have been thinking about something today and I wanted to share it with you. I have a very good friend who, before she gave her life to Christ years ago, she loved to draw, she loved to paint, anything really artistic like that she loved to do. But because she didn't know God and hadn't given her life to Him, she used that gift in very demonic ways. She was involved in some witchcraft, and she just used that gift in ways that did not honor God at all. When she got saved, she still loved to draw and loved to paint, but she was afraid to, because she had given her life to Christ and did not want anything that she drew to dishonor Him. And she was actually afraid that what would come out of her would be unholy or demonic or anything like that, like she had done before. She didn't even know where to start to paint or to draw because she didn't know what would come out of her. She didn't know how to use that for God's glory. And many years have gone by now, and she now enjoys painting and drawing and all sorts of other things, really developing that gift that God has given her. And now she uses it to honor Him and to magnify Him. So I just wanted to ask you, is there a gift that God has given you, something in particular, in a way that God has made you to be, a way that God has wired you, but maybe before you gave your life to Christ, you used it in a way that did not glorify Him because you didn't know Him. Maybe you are afraid now that you have given your life to Christ. Maybe you've been afraid to use that because you haven't been sure how to do that to glorify God or to honor Him. So if I'm describing you at all, I just want to encourage you that if that is something God has given you, if that's the way that God has made you, if it's a gift that He's given you, ask Him how you can use that to glorify Him. And I believe that He will start showing you ways that you can do that. Personally, myself, I have always had a very good imagination, and before I knew God, and even really after I knew God, I used that in very destructive ways. And it took me a very long time to realize my imagination all by itself is not a bad thing. It all just depends on what I do with it. So it has taken a lot of time, and I'm still working on that, realizing, okay, my imagination is not a bad thing. How can I surrender my imagination to God, give this to Him, and let Him show me and teach me how to use my imagination for Him and to glorify and magnify Him? What ways have I been stifling any kind of creativity because I have been afraid to use my imagination? So if any of this applies to you or just resonates with you in any way, I encourage you to pray and ask God how you can use that gift that He has given to you. He gives us gifts even before we give our lives to Him. He's wired you in a certain way that you've always been wired. There's ways that He's created you that you can use for ungodly ways or ways to glorify Him. So is there something that you have been hesitant to do because before, when you used to do it, it was in a way that was dishonoring to God? So I pray that you just give that to Him, surrender it to Him, show Him how you can use that to honor Him and to give Him glory, and even bring people into God's kingdom because of it. That's the way that God has wired you, and He wants you to use that gift and to just really develop it. So if this encourages you, or if you resonate at all with what I'm saying, leave me a message, leave me a comment, something. I'm really curious because I felt pretty strongly to post this today. So anyhow, I hope that encouraged you, and I will talk to you soon. Bye.